Hello. Today I am going to do two more looks with the Melt Cosmetics Christmas Town eyeshadow palette. I have already done red and green halo eye looks, but I am going to do another red and green look. I don't think I'm going to do halo eye looks today, but I am going to do red and green again. When I seen this palette, that is what came to my mind. So I'm just going to go with that, and I'm going to see how it comes together. So I'm going to prime my eyes and we can get started. Okay, so I prime my eyes with the Milani eyeshadow primer in 01 Nude, and we are ready to start applying shadows. I think I'm going to start off with the red, and I'm going to put that on this eye. So I'm going to, with Sandy Claws. Oh wow. It's a little more pigmented than I thought it would be. I don't know why I thought that. Their eyeshadows are always pigmented on the most part, at least in my experience thus far. I haven't tried every palette. So I'm going to actually mix No One's Dead and Sandy Claws together, like a 50-50 mix on my brush, just to make it like a corally red color right in here. Wow, that is very pigmented. I'm gonna go into Nightmare on e.l.f. Detail Crease Brush. Right in this corner here. Wow, that is so dark and beautiful. Wow. It's so dark. I love it. So pretty. Love that. I'm going to go back into Sandy Claws just to blend between these two. I'm going to take a touch of Nightmare and Sandy Claws. Okay, so I'm going to go back into Sandy Claws with that e.l.f. crease brush to blend between everything. Okay, so I'm just going to continue to blend, and I will be back. Okay, I think that is as blended as I'm going to be able to get it. I did pull in the Law of Contours All palette and using shade 1 just above the brow bone. It's not as stark as the No One's Dead shade, so I feel that kind of helped blend things better. So there isn't really a red shimmer here that I wanted to put on the eyes from the palette, so I did want to use the Melt Cosmetics Metal Bond Gel Liner from the Disney Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas, the Halloween Town collection, and Master of Fright as my I guess shade for my eyes today. Okay, so I'm going to take an e.l.f. smudge brush and I'm just going to apply that. Just going to try to, because my eyes are getting older, just going to try to get that where it's going to end up anyways when I open my eyes so that it looks intentional. Okay, I'm just going to try a little with my finger, just to kind of feather that out at the end there. Yeah, like that. Okay, I love how that looks with this. I was hoping that it would work. I wasn't sure, but yeah, that is really beautiful. Actually, let's finish this just a little. I'm gonna go into experiments. Just gonna put that in here. Okay. Just gonna clean that up. I'm not quite happy with that. Okay, so I fixed this in here. I was not happy with the way that was coming together. Not really fault of the shades, just fault of me. But now we're gonna start to go into the green side, and I'm gonna go into Eureka. Ooh, pretty. I love green. Ooh, that is very pigmented. I like that. A little of that can go a very, very long way. That's wonderful. Very cool. So I'm gonna try to blend the edges out with No One's Dead. I'm gonna see if that works the way I want it. Kind of like we did over here. Okay, let's try it over here. Next, I'm gonna go into Smithereens. I'm gonna use a ColourPop E28 brush. That is very pigmented, very dark. These shades just don't, like, swatch-wise, they do not look very good. Like, I did swatch this palette in the first video, and they don't swatch well. They didn't in the Christmas Town palette for a few of them either, but some of the dark shades, like, they did not swatch well at all. But when I use them on the actual eye, it's a completely different experience. Like, they perform really well on the eyes. It's just, you can't go by swatches with these. You just can't. Because if I went by the swatches, I would have been like, I don't know about this one. So, just something to, I guess, note about that. I'm not sure if that's true with every Melt Cosmetics palette. I have not used a lot of them, so I can't say for sure. Okay, just a touch more. Why, I don't know. Just to be sure it's nice and deep and dark, really. That's it. Okay, next, a ColourPop E25. I'm gonna try to mix Eureka and Smithereens together between here. See what happens. They're gonna make a mess or not. We'll find out. Not bad. I think that's all right. Okay, I'm also just gonna fill in this space on the lid. With Eureka, and then I'm just going to combine Eureka and Smithereens right in on this part of the lid, just to act as like a base for the shimmer. So I'm just going to finish blending this and I will be back. Okay, I think that is the best I am going to be able to get that with my skill. I used once again the Love Contours All palette in shade 1 just to blend up here. I still kind of find the white is slightly too stark for that. Now I'm going to go in to the shade Mistletoe. Okay. Next, I'm going to go into Experiments. Okay, so I'm just going to clean up the fallout. I'm going to finish my face makeup and then I will be back. Okay, so I finished my face makeup. I'm just going to run through what I used. I started with the e.l.f. Good Vibes Only Soft Velvet Primer. I used the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. It is matte foundation, sorry, in Shell Ivory. For my concealer, I used the Wet n Wild Photo Focus concealer in Light Ivory. Now I'm just going to contour using the e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand contour in Fair Light. Now I'm going to use the Melt Cream Blush Light and Highlight Duo in Deadly Nightshade from the Disney Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas Christmas Town collection. Okay, now I'm going to apply the highlight. So I'm just going to powder my face and then I will be back. Alright, so I set my face with the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder in light pink. And I used the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Matte Finish Setting Spray just to set everything. Finish the eyes. So for this red side, I'm gonna go with the Aerosoli Ojos Perfectos Gel Pencil Eyeliner in Sangria. Okay. Now on a e.l.f. angled brush, I'm going to just dip into Sandy Claws. I'm also just going to touch into Nightmare. Okay. Now I'm going to line my other eye in the Rimmel London Scandal Eyes Waterproof Kohl Kajal in 006 green, I think. The shade color has kind of faded. Okay, like that. Now I'm taking a ColourPop E30 brush. I'm going to dip into Eureka. And going into Smithereens, that in there just to kind of connect the two colors and the upper and lower. Okay, I like that. So I am going to finish my brows and I'm gonna apply mascara and I will be back. Okay, so I applied my mascara and I did my brows. I used the e.l.f. Lash Beats Defining and Lengthening Mascara in black. I used the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil in taupe. And to set everything, I used the Makeup Revolution Brow Gel in clear. I'm going to use the Melt Glitter Eye Gel from the Disney Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas Christmas Town collection in the shade 0. That is what that looks like. And this is what the shade looks like, which really doesn't show what it looks like, but we're gonna put that on the eyes and see how we like it. Okay. I don't mind that. I will say it doesn't spread as well as the first shade I tried, but it does look pretty on the eyes. So I don't hate it, I don't love it. It's kind of one of those. The last thing we're gonna do is apply the Melt Frost lipstick in How Jolly from the Disney Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas, the Christmas Town collection. And that is what that shade looks like. I thought it would be very cool to have a green lipstick instead of red. I don't have any idea what lip liner to use with this, so we're just gonna forget that using a lip liner and just go in with the lipstick and see. Okay, I'm just going to finish and clean any lines up and I will be back. Okay, so I cleaned all the lines and everything else. I'm gonna be honest, I love this green lipstick. It is so unique of a color. I also think that it just adds a little something different. I have done, you know, the red and green eye, but kind of switching that lip up and making that, instead of red, a green. I do think that is a really fun and festive idea. I do understand that this lipstick would not necessarily be wearable for everyone and in every situation. I work at home at the moment, so no one sees me but my dogs and my daughter's cat, so no one will care that I'm wearing a green lipstick, you know, but for others it wouldn't be maybe as wearable day to day. But I think it is so gorgeous with this look. I did struggle with some of these shades and blending them to some degree. I don't exactly go in gently with shades, so that can be on me for some blending issues. I will say I found the green, I struggled a little bit more than the red, mostly just because they added sandy claws for the red, but here it's just this or a shimmer, and I feel like I kind of struggled the gradient between the two, and mixing the two shades did help to some degree. And adding in a touch of No One's Dead can kind of helped. Same as here, there wasn't much of a gradient between the two, so I did use No One's Dead. I also found the same with the purple look I created the very first time. Now I wanted to just use this palette. I will bring in blending shades if necessary, but I didn't want to grab the Halloween Town palette and use that. I would do that. I would combine the two. And I do see their vision between like this palette and their Halloween Town palette and them working together. So I do understand that, and I do like that idea. I just wanted to use this as standalone on its own, and you can make it work. So it just did take me some time to work with the shades, and I did add in my NYX palette, which I usually find I do that with a lot of different things. This palette, this shade here is more of a harder pressed shimmer. This is more of, I would call this a topper shade. I found this to be a very pigmented, and I really love that shade. The mattes, the darker mattes are very pigmented, and once I've placed them somewhere, they don't really want to move around too much, which I did expect because of how deep and dark they are. So I did kind of have that expectation and was willing to add other things in if I needed to. I will say the purples I used in a look previous, these shimmers didn't, like all of these shimmers did not swatch very nicely, but on the eyes they do work. This one here I used with a brush and with a finger, and I found it was just stunning. I found these are a little, this one's a little harder pressed, and I did kind of, if you probably use that with a brush, I think, and maybe a dampened brush, I think you could get more of an out there look with it if you wanted to. Same as this one, and even this, I think if you sprayed your brush or a glitter glue, but I wanted to see what they were without that, and I did get the pigmentation I wanted for the look today. So overall, I am happy with the palette. I will combine the two probably next Halloween kind of time frame, just to work through some of the newer things that I have picked up, and that kind of thing. The glitter gel is, this one's in 0, is not my favorite. I will say you can feel these as the day goes on. I could feel it yesterday. It kind of started to make my eyes kind of feel weighted, I guess is a good way of saying it. So just know if you don't like that sensation or anything like that, this may not be, there isn't, I feel like there's not a lot of product in the jar itself, but I did get it to work, and it does look really beautiful on the eyes. The blush highlighter duo in Deadly Nightshade. The blush is a beautiful, like it applies nicely, it blended nicely. It does have a shimmer in it, so if you don't like that, it's not quite as shimmery as the e.l.f. blush ones that have come out, which I actually think are really beautiful. I like a shimmery blush at times, so I'm okay with that. The highlighter, I don't like it on my nose necessarily, and I don't like it on the Cupid's bow, but I do like it just right in here to add like a shimmer and a glow to my face. I find this kind of breaks up my makeup on my nose, whether that is just the two products not working together. Could be true. I also find it kind of breaks up the lipstick, and it just isn't quite the color I think for that area, so I'm just not going to use that there. I haven't put it over powder. I usually don't apply my liquid or cream products that way. In general, I don't like that texture on my face. I already have enough texture going on, so I don't like to try to emphasize any of it if I can, so I don't wear it that way. So I did apply it the way I usually apply cream products, and then I set with powder. It does set, and I do still see the blush and the highlighter through. So overall, I am happy with this collection. If I were to pick favorites, I would have to probably say I love the lipstick, especially this. I will say it can be a little tuggy to apply, but it stays put and I don't have it all over my face. And with colors that are deeper and darker, I find I don't want it to be able to do that. So I would say the lipstick. I do love the palette. I think the color story is beautiful. It goes so deep and dark, and it does really, and honestly, when you put the two palettes together, it does have that Halloween Town, Christmas Town feel, and you can even combine the two of them together, and I think that that was very brilliant by Melt, so I like it. So those would be my favorites. I'm just gonna like get closer so you can see. So that is what that looks up close. I hope you enjoyed watching my video. I thank you so much for watching. I thank you all for subscribing and comments, any support you have given me. I do appreciate all of them, everybody. I thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. Okay, bye.